Why did I get fired from my house cleaning job? Oh, well, that's a great question, and I'm glad that we're going to talk about that today. Hi there, I'm Angela Brown, and this is Ask a House Cleaner. This is a show where you get to ask a house cleaning question, and I get to help you find an answer. Now, if you have a question, you can go over to AskaHouseCleaner.com, and in the bottom corner, there's a little blue button. When you click on the blue button, it pops up this little microphone, and magically, you just start talking. It records your question, and it sends it to me here at the show, and we can answer your question in one of these episodes. So, AskaHouseCleaner.com. All right, on to today's show, which is from a house cleaner who got fired. Ugh, I hate when you get fired, but she has no idea why. Okay. All right, why did you get fired? There are a few reasons why you're going to get fired, and there are a few things that you can do about it. Number one, when you get fired, it could be you got fired for something as simple as somebody drove through the neighborhood and they put a flyer in the letterbox or the newspaper box and their prices undercut you. It could be that you're the best house cleaner in the world, but someone came in with a cheaper price. And then you got fired and you have no idea why. The next reason, it could be that you have grown your business a little bit and you started to get really fast because you have a whole lot of houses you have to clean. And in the process of getting fast, you weren't efficient, you were just fast, and then you got a little bit sloppy, and as your service started to slide, your customers became unhappy. Maybe they weren't really unhappy, they were just kind of unhappy, and they were waiting for the moment when you screwed up so they could let you go and then they would have a real good reason, right? So it could have been something like that. Now, I ask people all the time, you just got a new house cleaner, would you share with me the reason you let your last house cleaner go? And it's amazing the things that people will tell you. Now, as you go through a walkthrough with a customer's house and you're picking up a new customer for the first time, this is a great question to ask them. Say, hey, I'm curious. You asked me over because there's something specific that you were looking for. Can you share with me what it was? And they will tell you the reason why they chose you. It's your advertising, it's your marketing, you were recommended by a friend or whatever. Okay, if you're hiring me now, then chances are you're letting someone else go. Can you share with me what that reason is so that if we're a good fit for each other, I don't repeat their mistakes? And they'll go, yeah, here's what my last house cleaner did. And they will tell you the reasons why they fired the last house cleaner. And so you need to know what those hot buttons are. You need to know if there's a trigger so that you don't trigger it, right? And so if you ask the customers, ask them right up front, what are the hot buttons for you? Now, another great question when you're at a customer's house is to ask them this: how will you know your house is clean? And they will tell you all the things that they will look for. And there are one or two little things that are important to every customer. And so here's a secret. If you just start incorporating those into all the houses that you do, you will have your own system and your own pattern of things that are important to your specific set of clients. Then when they turn around and they recommend you to their friends and their neighbors, they will highlight the little things that are important to them. She does this, 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 and this, and it's unlike anything other house cleaners have done. So you become the coveted commodity because you're different from everyone else. But if your service is the same as everyone else, and your pricing is the same as everyone else, there is nothing that's keeping you from getting fired except somebody that comes through that either talks a better game, they have better eye contact and communication skills, they're better at cleaning, or they have a lower price, right? But they're not going to know that they're better at cleaning unless they let you go and they hire someone else. Now, I'm going to share a secret with you, and I want you to listen to this. This is a very painful truth. I don't share this with many people, and I don't want you to know it, but some clients will cancel on you. And they say, we're going out of town or something, we don't need your service this week, and they're actually trying out another service. They haven't fired you yet, but they're bringing in another service to cover this week's cleaning because they want to see if that other cleaning company is better than you. And so what you need to do is be very aware that at any time you could get fired, right? You could get fired. There's no lock on the market. It's a very competitive market and clients are free to go wherever they want. It's like going to a store. You go to any store you want. You buy whatever you want. If a new store comes to town, people will shift and they go to the new store, right? It's the same with house cleaners. There's no lock on the market. And so your clients don't own you and you don't own them. And so at any time, either one of you can just quit or you can get fired. So you need to be very careful that every single time you go to a customer's house, this is an audition to re-up your contract or your agreement with this customer. If you want them to keep hiring you, you have to keep doing a great job. You have to keep providing the best service at the best price and have the best attitude and the best communication skills. This is an ongoing thing. And every single time they say you're only as good as your last job, right? So every single time you go to clean, today, this is the best job I've ever done cleaning a house. And every job has to be like that. If you have 3 houses in the course of a day, you got to do 3 of the best jobs you've ever done. So that when you leave, your customer says, wow, this is the best job they've ever done at my house. And they refer you to their friends. Okay. So why did you get fired? It could have been a variety of things, but there's no risk in asking the customer because you've already lost the job, right? You've already lost the job. You have nothing else to lose. So ask the customer and do it face to face if you can. Just swing by, say, hey, I was in the neighborhood and I know that we didn't work out, but I wanted to just find out from you, do you have a pointer or two of things I could change in the future because I clean lots of your neighbors' houses and I don't want to foil whatever I had going on with them. So is there something that I did that just slipped through the cracks and I was lousy? Can you please share with me what it is so I don't repeat the same error? Lots of times, and this has happened on numerous occasions, it's something totally different. It has nothing to do with you. And so they say, oh, it's something else, but I might hire you back at a later date. And then you say, great, do you mind if I keep you posted and stay in touch? And then you follow up with them. Hey, do you want to go on my waiting list? And then in the event that I ever have a cancellation, you already know my work. And if it's not my work that's the reason for you firing me, I could call you if I have a cancellation and maybe you just want a one-time cleaning here or there. And if it's not you, they'll say, yeah, please put me on your waiting list. And now you have taken that customer that fired you and you've moved them over into a working account where you can do spring cleaning or you can do fall cleaning or you can do other special projects or one-off cleanings or cancellation cleanings or other things where you haven't let them drop through the cracks. And the great news is this, you've already done the walkthrough, you've already built rapport, you've already established your work ethic with that client. And so in the event that they're going to cancel for some reason, if it's not you, if you're not the reason why and they're not just trying to get rid of you, they will become customers for life on just a weird random basis until they're ready to re-up and have you come back on a weekly basis. And this has happened years after we've let people go or they've let us go or whatever. They're like, hey, I just got a new job. I can afford you again. Please, can you come back and clean every other week? And they've re-upped where we are able to go back and then fill that gap. So why were you fired? It's a great question. And I would love for you to get to the bottom of it because when you have the answers to that, you can prevent it from happening in the future. And if it does happen in the future, because you will get fired for some reason occasionally, if you do get fired, you can leverage those opportunities into other gigs, or you can stay in touch with those people because even if it's not you, even if they can't hire you back and they don't want to be on your waiting list, they can still send referrals your way. All right? I hope that helps a little bit. I hope it sheds some light. If this helped you, please pass it on to a friend. And until we meet again, leave the world a cleaner place than when you found it.